Today we're going to be solving exponential equations using logarithms. Now, the very first step is to isolate the exponential part. Then we're going to convert it to a logarithm and solve. Okay, so let's look at this one. It is already isolated. What I'm going to do, guys, everyone write this down. What is my base over here? Good, write that down. The base is 3. Please draw an arrow to the base. The base is 3. Because my exponential function's base is 3, this is an exponential. Because the base is 3, what we're going to do is write log with base 3. Log with base 3 on both sides. What happens is that log base 3 will cancel out with that 3. We are left with x. And on this side, we have log base 3 of 19. Now we're going to calculate what this value is. So we're going to click Control and then hit the button that has the word log above it. Control log, and this will pop up. What was my base? 3. So log base 3 of 19 and hit enter. That's my answer. And let's have 2 numbers behind the decimal. So we'll round to the hundredths place. So the answer is 2.68. All right, so I'm going to write 2.68. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, so guys, is my exponential part by itself? Is it isolated? No, this is the exponential part. I need to get rid of this plus 2. How do I do that? Exactly, we're going to subtract 2. So what I am left with is 4 to the power of x minus 1 equals 5. Make some space between the equal sign and the 5. Because now, guys, write this down. This is base 4, correct? We're going to write log base 4. Log base 4. So, guys, let me just go through the steps real quick. The first step is to always isolate. What am I spelling? Isolate. Let me make that prettier. Isolate the exponent, okay? Which is what we did. Then the second part is to take the log of the same base on both sides. For both sides. Okay? Now, the beautiful thing about step 2 is when you do that, this will cancel out. So, what I'm left with is what's up here. X minus 1 equals log base 4 of 5. We're almost done. What do I do to get x by itself? Add 1. So I'm going to cross that out and add 1. So I get x is log base 4 of 5 plus 1. We're going to put that into the calculator to get a number. Okay, so I have control log. What was my base? 4 of 5. So let's go over 5. And then add 1. Your plus 1 should be outside of the parentheses. Okay? Hit enter. Our answer is 2.16. 2.16. Okay, next question. All right, guys, what part is my exponential part? Yes, 5 to the power of 2x plus 1. That's the exponential part. We need to get rid of everything outside of what I just circled. So what do I do first? Addition and subtraction comes first whenever you're solving. So we're going to add 4 first. Adding comes before multiplication or division when you're solving. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, now what should I do? Yes, now we divide by 3. And we get 5 to the power of 2x plus 1 is 12 divided by 3 is 4. And let me make some space because we're going to insert a log there. Okay, so guys, we have finally isolated the exponential part. That was step 1, was just to isolate that. Now what do I do? Yep, we're going to take the log of both sides. So the first step was to isolate. Then we're going to take the log of both sides. Log both sides. And what base am I going to use? 5. The base is 5. So I'm going to do log base 5 and log base 5. And look what cancels out. Log base 5 cancels out with the 5. I am left with 2x plus 1 equals log base 5 of 4. Okay, now we just want x by itself. So what should I do first? Good. Addition and subtraction comes before multiplication or division. So our answer is to subtract 1. I cross that out and subtract 1. Now what do I do, guys? This is gone. Yep, we're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2, that cancels out. Divide this by 2, divide this by 2. And you guys are using calculators, so if you want to, you could just divide this whole thing by 2. You can also do it that way. Either or. It's not wrong. You can separate them or keep them together. Okay, so let's put this in the calculator. Okay, so everyone hit Control Divide to get a fraction. Control and then divide. It'll give you a fraction. Then go ahead and do Control Log. And what was our base? 5 of 4. And then we subtract 1. And then divided by 2. Okay, so that's what we had. Hit enter. Our answer is negative point what? 0.07. I want 2 numbers behind the decimal. This 9 makes the 6 go to a 7. So our answer is negative 0.07. Negative 0.07. All right, final example. Final example. Here we go. All right, guys, what's the exponential part? Yes, e to the power of all of that. So we need to get rid of this 1/2. How do I get rid of 1/2? Good, multiply by 2. Good, and that cancels out. Now we're going to multiply this side by 2. We are left with e to the power of 4x plus 3 equals 6 times 2 is 12. Oh, let me make some space. Let me make some space. Okay, now my exponential is isolated. Let's move on to step 2. Now, before when we had numbers, let me skip back a bit. Let me go back. Here we had a 5. So I did log base 5, correct? Here I had the number 4. So I did log base 4. Here I had the number 3. So I did log base 3. Oh, that's a good idea. You could do that. But what I'm going to do is use ln. Whenever you have e, you're going to use ln. Okay? ln and e cancel each other out. So this is gone. Okay, let's write what we have now. I have 4x plus 3 equals ln 12, natural log of 12. What do I do now? Yep. Subtract 3, and then what? Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Okay, let's calculate this. So first, everyone hit Control and then the divide button. That will give you a fraction. Then Control, get the log. What was our base? Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't do log this time. What are we doing this time? ln. So Control, it's this button right here. You see what's highlighted? It's right next to the log button. And that'll give you ln of 12 minus, what did we subtract? 3 divided by 4. Hit enter. What is our answer? Good, negative 0.13. You're right, you're correct. I just didn't say the 0 in the front. Good, all right, that's the end.